Hello, nuggets and insights. Here we are. This book of Exodus is fantastic for getting nuggets and insights where we study something or we read. I highlight maybe a word, which I will do today, and look at it from the lens of the story, of course, but also from the lens of positive intelligence, highlighting that. And I just love doing this. So, are you ready for today's little 1 minute story? Here it goes. So, we're again in the book of Exodus. I'm putting on my glasses because, I can't read. And it says that, okay, so a little background. Pharaoh is behind them. The Israelites have left Egypt. They are going towards the Sea of Reeds. Of course, they're very scared. What will happen? They may not have strong mental fitness yet, strong faith. And here's what it says in the text, that the children of Israel were armed when they went up from Egypt. And in the Hebrew that they use is chamushim. Okay, they were armed. And of course, the first thought that I had is like, what do you mean they were armed? They were enslaved in Egypt. Armed with what? So one explanation says, that they were armed because God wanted them to have the ability to understand that it's up to them to win in a battle, in a war, and then if they need to, God will help them. So that's the first connection with positive intelligence. It is up to us. We should have the awareness of where we want to be in life. We should be armed with whatever it is that can strengthen us to move. And then, of course, having a sense of trust and belief in God, that's a bonus. But the basic is be armed, be chamush. Okay. Now, the text says that the Israelites were not really armed. They were not really having confidence. They did not have trust yet because they were afraid. Which brings me to the other part, which we all are afraid sometimes in our lives. And the idea of this Torah portion, as well as positive intelligence, is to dig very deep and hold on, sometimes with our fingernails, hold on to that belief in God and belief and awareness of what we can bring. Because if we just allow other people to drive it or God to drive it without us doing anything, we may not achieve where we want to go. Now, another thing that I found out, and I learned it just today. So you see what's happening? You can study and read the Bible forever, and then a new word attracts your attention, and you say, I wonder, let me look at that word. And then you look at it deeper and you find things you did not know. So here's what I learned about the word armed in this text. And the word is vechamushim. Chamushim means armed. It comes from the word chamesh, which that I knew, which means 5. Okay. But what I did not know is that according to the story, and it's not written in the Torah, it's called a midrash, a story that rabbis made afterwards. And they said that the 5th of the Hebrews, the 5th of the Israelites, actually did not leave Egypt. They remained there and died there. And why didn't they leave? Because they weren't armed with the trust, with the belief. They were overcome by fear. They didn't believe that the Israelites could indeed leave with Moses and go through the Sea of Reeds and head over to Israel. Never mind, it took us 40 years, but nonetheless. So here we are, connecting it to positive intelligence. Fear will paralyze us if we stay there, will paralyze us from moving forward. Because what fear does, it wants us to believe that it protects us. So let's stay in the lane. And that's what this 5th, this chamishi, this 5th part of the people, they wanted to actually protect themselves. And they said, no, we're not going. We're staying in the lane. We stay in the lane. That's fear. Hope, on the other hand, what right now the Israelites, the rest of them, they had hope. They knew that hope is the seed of everything good that comes in life. And I want you to reflect on your life. Will you let fear paralyze you so you don't do something you want to do? Will you let the unknown out there clip your wings so you don't explore new opportunities? Sit with that for a little bit. Fear versus hope. Hope would lead us to new territories. Is it going to be challenging? You bet. Is it going to be sometimes hard? No doubt. Is it better than staying in a place that you are there because you are afraid to move, not because you love it? If you are staying in a place and you love it, hey, stay right there. Don't move. Hold on tight because you love it and you should stay there. But if your soul tells you something else, if your soul saying, I'm afraid to A, B, C, then ask yourself, what are the things that you're missing because you're afraid? What are the opportunities that are not coming your way because you are afraid? And I understand that it's hard to hope and actually do some things, because hope doesn't mean that whatever you're hopeful for will come to fruition. It doesn't say that anywhere. It has to do with our trust. How armed are we? That's the question. And that is the nuggets of insight for today. How armed are you? Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the weekend. Love to all. Bye.